Oh, hello! Didn't see you there. Welcome back to Gwen's Corner. I'm Gwennon, and this is my corner. Today we're talking about the hierarchy of life. Now you might be wondering, Gwen, what is the hierarchy of life? It's a stupid question. You don't know? Dude, what are you doing here? The hierarchy of life is a system of organizing animals. It's the most scientifically perfect organization of animals. And I know they did the whole animal kingdom thing with the families and the genus and the species, and then each of the layers and stuff, and you learn it in middle school. I don't know that. I didn't go to most of middle school. So I made my own, and it's perfect. Why don't you come along? We'll check it out. Alright, so here we have the hierarchy of life, right? And there's, I don't even know how to explain this, dude, because it's so perfect that the human mind seldom comprehends it. So we have our top categories: good, okay, and questionable, right? So I guess I'll start with the best animals, and we'll go down, and I'll get to horse hell eventually. That's a treat for the end. So in the good category, these are good animals. To list a few: cows, opossums, moths, raccoons, cats, bunnies, and Snoopy and Woodstock. Those guys are all in good. I'm gonna put those up now. Yeah. Alright, I don't know how well you can read this. It's kind of small on the screen. Don't worry about it though. I'll explain everything in great detail, I promise. So, good animals, they're good. Solid animals, don't got any problems with them, right? But now we move down to okay. And these animals, they're okay. I don't like them as much as the good animals, but I don't hate them. They're pretty neutral. So for those we have, this is controversial maybe, dogs are only okay. Next we have bees, ducks, sheep, rabbits, bats, bears, and birds. These are okay animals. They do their thing, I do my thing. We don't have any problem. I'll get to the pipeline in a second, but our next category is questionable. Now these are when things start to get a little, I keep my distance. And for those we have geese, moose, anteaters, armadillos, monkeys. Alright, so we're gonna move down to horse hell. The reason why it's called horse hell is because I don't like horses. Okay? They're bad. They're scary. They're much too large. I don't like their mouths. I don't like their teeth. I don't like how their lips do that weird thing. Sometimes they grow mustaches. That's a human thing, horse. Don't do that. They smell bad. They can just freak out any second and kick you and you're dead. Or you got a big old dent in your skull or something. Too much power. That's too much power for an animal to have. I don't like it. I don't like it. They're not built to be alive either. When horses were being evolved, when horses were evolving, they were originally closer to deer, right? And they had toes. They had 4 toes that made it easier on their legs to run. But then something got mixed up along the way, and they said, hey, we're not doing toes anymore. That's why they have those creepy little hooves. No, so now they don't have enough toes, and that just fucked everything up for them somehow. I don't know how evolution works, but it ruined them. And their bodies aren't meant to run that fast. Like, as they're running, all their liquids slosh forward, and that's not good. And they're not normal. They're not normal animals. I'm tired of people acting like they are. It's not right. And then the really small ones, freaks. So that's why I named it horse hell. These are for the animals. These are for the animals that. No. Hey, let's wipe them out. Let's get rid of them. I'm a lover and a pacifist. Alright, we'll take out that pacifist part. I'm a lover, alright? I like caring for things. all that stuff. But these animals, they gotta go, dude. They gotta go. So we have horses, dolphins. Dolphins are also really bad. I don't know if you know much about dolphins, but I know a lot about dolphins. Maybe not a lot. Rapists. Yep, they... dolphin trainers, on occasion, will get raped by the dolphins because they're one of the few animals that feel like sexual desire and like, I don't know, they like jack off, and it's weird. It's weird, and like, and they're mean to all the other animals. They'll find pufferfish and just beat them up. Ocean crime by the dolphins? Insane. No, that's not okay. Next up we have centipedes. No explanation needed. French people. I don't like them. Shoebill birds. These are the worst birds ever. They're... they're just really freaky looking, and they have like this really terrible, like, they don't like sing like birds. They like clap their massive ass beaks and makes like this horrible clicking sound. It sounds like death. I've never died, but that's what I think it would sound like, and I don't like that a bird can do that. If you don't believe how freaky it looks, look it up. I'm not doing that ever again. Look it up. I don't like it. And lastly, the rat king, which, I'll get back to rats in a bit, actually. So, moving on, we have the ocean. I don't like the ocean. I don't think people are meant to be in there. I think it's meant to be off on its own, doing its own little thing, and we stay on land. That's how it should be. The hubris of man knows no bounds, and so the ocean has been discovered. I think that should have been left alone. In the ocean, we have, similar to on-land animals, okay and questionable, and then the ocean has its own special horse hell section that's just like the rest of horse hell, but underwater, naturally. So in the okay, we have stingray. I don't mind them, they're kind of cute. Most fish, if they're normal-looking fish, I don't got a problem with it. And most sharks. I do like sharks. They're alright, The questionable side, these are fish that are too big. If it's bigger than a person, I don't know. Except for whales. The whales make sense that they're big. But then there's like really massive fish. No, that's not okay. And then also like the weird ones that like, I don't know, they're always discovering new fish and stuff. There's just weird junk in there. Like there's that little shrimp. There's this little shrimp in the ocean, and it's got this big old claw, right? And it closes the claw, and it breaks the sound barrier and creates this little, and it like stuns the fish around it. Why are we letting that guy still be in the ocean? What? That shrimp, that little freak, it can also see colors that we can't see. No, shrimp colors? Why can't we see them? Oh, dude, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Also, I have the sea rat on there. Again, we'll get back to rats. Some other notable, questionable ocean things. Nope, I don't care to do that, actually. Alright, so those are like the main categories. And now I'm gonna get into like the in-between stuff, starting with Pedioke, which I didn't put up there. I need to put that up there. Hang on. Right, so Pedioke, these are for animals that are okay, but I kind of feel bad for them, so they get moved up to good. There's not a lot in this category. Notably, we have no mouth bug. There's a little bug that doesn't have a mouth, and I think that's kind of sad, because can never have a soft, tender kiss with its little no mouth bug wife. And then the pipeline. So the pipeline is actually pretty important to the system, because as flawless as it is, most animals don't fit soundly into each category. So we have the pipeline. pipeline, very important, right? So these are things that are okay under one condition, but not okay for the other. So alive or dead. Turtles are okay alive. I don't like them when they're dead. I don't like their little skeletons. It freaks me out. Far or close. I'll say, let's get an animal for that. Oh, sloths. Sloths, multiple of sloth. They're okay far away, and I like them up close. They stay back totally fine. I don't like them when they're like right here, and then I can see their weird little claw things, and they move really slowly. I'm like, oh, I don't know, get back. Baby and old. Bison are okay when they're cutie patootie little babies, but as soon as they're adults, they're a killing machine, essentially. My cat wants to get out. Sorry about that. Right, adult bisons are insane. And then lastly, hair and bald. There's not a ton of animals that apply to this, but my senior year of high school, my English teacher, Mr. Love, I saw a picture of him with hair, and I said, hey, that's not allowed. So he's one of the things, he's okay bald, but not okay with hair. Which you'd think would be the reverse, but he surpasses all expectations in the weirdest ways. That's the pipeline. Okay, and then some of the qualifications for questionable is if an animal is too big or too small. Most bugs fall under too small, because if I can't count how many bugs are in front of me quickly, that's not okay. So if they're too small and I can't like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, ooh, I don't like it. Too big, you know what animal's too big? Anteaters. Do I have anteaters up here? Yeah, anteaters. You think they're like these little guys? I have all these cute little anteaters. No, they're like the size of a toddler. What? Yeah. Greedy. Animals that have too much of one trait. See giraffes. What are you doing with all that neck? Get down with the rest of us, you freak. And you might be thinking, French people fall under, are in horse hell for too greedy, but they're not. It's because I really hated the opening ceremony of the Olympics. The last Olympics, it really sucked. The French government really dropped the ball on that one. It was stupid. I might make another video about that because I have a lot of feelings about the French opening Olympics. And then, too human. See sun bears. I don't know if you've ever seen a sun bear. It's just a guy in a suit. I'm telling you, it's a person. Like, it doesn't look nor act like a bear. It's a person. And that freaks me out. So this line here is because if an animal qualifies to be questionable, but then it's just they just up it a notch to an unnatural degree, then it goes to horse hell. Alright, so all of horse hell apply to these, but just a bit too much. Centipede, too greedy, too many legs. Dolphins, their sex drive is too human. Horses are too big unless they're small, then they're too small. They can't get it right. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's this little subsection of horse hell for animals that don't exist, but if they did, they would go to a special horse hell pit. We have normal foot horse, which is something that an ex-boyfriend of mine made me think about, and I hated it. I'm not crazy, okay? This is normal stuff. Let's talk about rats. You might have noticed this big old rat line going through. That's because mice, not all rodents, specifically mice and mice-rat variants, they can apply to any of them, right? In the good, cute little mouse, cute little squeaky little, cute little thing. In the okay, I think that's where we'll put rats, like bigger mice, because if you take care of them and stuff, they're clean, they're good guys. In the questionable, We got rats from New York. Those guys are on a different level, man. They also apply to horse hell because of Rat King. It's when a bunch of rats like freak out and they scramble all around each other and their tails get tangled up and they all die. And then they find these dried out little like... That's crazy and not okay. I mean, my heart goes out to any rat that dies in a Rat King, but you shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. Hey, bud, you shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. Ooh, I would also like to add to the horse hell, or you know what, I'll be nice and do questionable. Cave divers? You guys are freaks. That falls under greedy. You don't need to know about the caves, alright? You got a wife and kids at home. Don't start clamoring into these stupid tunnels that have the names like Widowmaker. And it's like, oh, the widest part is 2 inches wide, but if you can get your head through it, you're in, man. You're not in, man. Go back. Don't do that. And then people are always shocked when cave divers die in like these horrific accidents and stuff. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? We're not meant to go underground. What did you think was gonna happen? Oh, pissed me off. What was I talking about? Rats. Right, so, you throw a rat in the ocean and that's not normal, so that goes into questionable. I think that's all of it. Yeah. So, this was kind of a shorter video because I didn't feel like making another hour-long video. I want you to know that I've done the same list as Radiohead and MCR, but for Weezer. I'm not making a video about that. There's too many songs. They got 240 on there, dude. That video would be like 2 hours long, and I'm not doing that. Unless you give me $1, in which case I will. So I think that's gonna be it for today's episode of Gwen's Corner. Comment down below an animal, and I'll tell you where it goes in the system. Also, I have a nicer one. Kind of looks better. You know, you could screenshot that so you can explain it to your friends if you want to. Your friends would think it's cool. Yeah. Alright, I love you. Bye.